Hi everyone, Yvonne Patrick from YvonnePatrickOnline.com, and today I'm going to talk to you about how to turn your weaknesses into your strengths. Now, I'm not talking about physical or anything. What I'm talking about are those weaknesses that you've convinced yourself are detrimental and stopping you from moving forward in life or trying to do or achieve something. Look, we all know people who point out flaws or something about us, and after you hear it enough times, you actually start to believe it. But I'm here to tell you that you don't have to listen to them anymore, and whatever flaws they may come out and say about you, you can turn that into a weakness, because the last thing you should be trying to do is change who you are inside to please other people. If you're happy with who you are, then that's all that matters. By being you, you can be the best you could possibly be. So I'm going to send you through a bit of an exercise to see how just changing your mindset from, instead of looking at that weakness as a detriment, turn it into a positive and a strength. And you'll see how empowered you're going to feel by the end of it all. So in order for me to do that, I'm going to explain a few things. Now, I'll share some of my weaknesses. Very, very honest here. So I'm going to start with, I've been told this. I have actually gone to family and friends to ask these things as well. I'm too helpful. I give too much of my time in place of my own. I find it very hard to say no to someone, especially when I know that they need the help. But I've also found that I say yes to people who use my generosity to their advantage and kind of abuse it. And I can't really get cross at them. I can only get cross at myself for not saying no. So saying no is a really bad thing. But yeah, so being too helpful with people. I didn't need any help with this one, but I'm impatient. I know it. But look, when I want something done, and we're all the same, when you want something done, you want it done now. And what can you say? At least we get them done. So that's a good thing. It shouldn't be a bad thing. It's a good thing. We want to get it done, and we get it done. It's when we're relying on other people to get them done. But that's something beyond our control. So that's where you have to just kind of learn that impatience. Okay. I'm very sensitive and very emotional. I wear my heart on my sleeve. What you see is what you get. So, I've had to learn not to take too many things too personally as well. And but the good thing about me being sensitive is I try to put myself in other people's circumstances before I cast judgment upon them. And when I hear other people, saying something negative or something bad, putting someone else down, I go, well, let's hold on. Let's try and think. You don't know what they're going through. So next time something like that comes up, why don't you try and consider that as well. I'm very hesitant. Now, I guess for me, the way I look at this is I've got a really high attention to detail. I like things to be perfect before I send it or I publish it, like with my posts and stuff. But you've just got to accept that things aren't always going to be perfect. It's never going to be the right time. You just got to get out there and do it. Time poor. Now this one I'm really familiar with. Being a stay-at-home mum and, not having a job and feeling that you don't really have a purpose or anything. You feel like you've got all day to accomplish your tasks. So you take your time. And I can't do that now. Not with my business. I need to make sure that I've got everything. I write down in the mornings what I have to do. I have a daily productivity planner. I write down the tasks I need to do, and how much time I've got to do it, and it has to be finished, or else I can't focus on my business at night. So I have learned to be very efficient with my time and very productive with my minimal time. Let's see. Okay. Fear. I know I'm really fearful, and you could kind of categorize this with hesitant and fearful. But with fear, I look at it in two ways now. There's a fear of knowing that what you're about to do is wrong. And you know it in your gut. If you're, that's... No one needs to tell you. If it feels wrong to you and you're going to feel bad about it, just my advice is don't do it. But if your fear is followed with, is mixed in with a bit of an excitement, of fear of unknown, what's going to happen, perhaps you're going to fail at something, trying to do something new, well, what have you got to lose? I'd rather try and fail than sit there worrying and wondering, what if? And the last one I'm going to share with you anyway, I'm sure there's lots of traits if you ask my family and friends. So these were the big ones, but I'm very demanding. I have extremely high standards for myself and of others. The reason why, I want people to get out of their comfort zone, and I want them to see what their true capabilities are. It's easy just to cruise by, get by. But until you push yourself that little bit extra, how do you know how much further you can go? It's really exciting, and it does annoy me. Even with my children, it's good enough. And I go, no, it's not. I want you to do better. You need to push yourself a little bit more each time so you know how much further you can go. So anyway, I really hope that you give this exercise a bit of a go. I'll put the link to my blog down underneath this video so that you can go over to the website. It was by Dave Kirpin, and he did a blog about this himself. And that's where I got all these techniques. And he's got a whole list of other weaknesses that you might think. And also alongside of them are the strengths that you might see in yourself. And I've got to say, after I did this exercise, I felt so much better about myself and a lot more positive, and realized that, you know what, I am pretty awesome just the way I am. And don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. Okay? So thanks for listening. And until next time, take care.